KUAM TV.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
Hafade, I'm Mitsuki Hirayama. Welcome to KUAM News Weekend Edition. So glad you could join us. What's going on at the home of the Sharks? The Legislative Committee on Education toured the Jigo campus this week, fighting rodents, mold, and other issues. As Nick Delgado reports, public school officials are being given the year to fix the long-standing problems before health inspectors get back to enforcing health and safety requirements.
2024 could be a repeat of what the island saw a decade and a half ago when a health and safety task force led by the former Attorney General and an education Sirohano was shutting down campuses. The closures were a result of multiple health violations. Similar issues seen just this week at Simon Sanchez High. Here are images of a snake, rats in a trap, mold, broken ceiling tiles, busted doors, and more. Tom Nadeau is the Chief Environmental Public Health Officer who was made aware of the problems discovered this past Tuesday.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like much improvement has been made. And what improvements there were was probably short-lived. It's obviously GDOE is challenged, but I won't speak for them because I don't know the details of their challenges, except that they're not able to meet the requirements of our regulations governing school sanitation. So it is disappointing, but I'm not really surprised.
Education Committee Chair Senator Chris Barnett and Senator Sabina Perez were at the Jigo school seeing it all firsthand.
A lot of the students and the staff at Sanchez, they just feel forgotten, and the conditions here at this school, absolutely unacceptable. The last time this school was inspected by Public Health was in 2016. They got a sanitary permit that's current though, which that kind of boggles my mind.
If they had come, they probably see all the potential violations that are happening that we were witness to. I think it's a real issue, sanitation issue. If we're finding rats in schools, even if it's a couple rats, that means there's potentially a larger problem.
The senators will discuss their findings with GDOE and Public Health.
It's important that this gets addressed immediately.
There have actually been some inspections after January 2016 that you mentioned. In fact, there are a handful, but that was during the period when the division was working with GDOE on a pilot project.
While a manpower shortage for health inspectors remains an issue, Nadeau says they did pick up 6 new inspectors who are now in training. Health officials also offering training with the public school system to help them become compliant.
It's really going to be a challenge for both DEH, GDOE, and the schools to get all these school buildings in compliance, especially with the current school building regulations.
For now, Public Health is giving GDOE schools a heads up.
We're focusing on education at this time, but they are aware that come 2024, next fiscal year, next calendar year at that, we'll be now starting to enforce the requirements of our regulations governing school sanitation.
Nick Delgado, KUAM News.
The Oversight Chair on Education shared his concern with acting GDOE Superintendent Judy Wonpat. Public Health is scheduled to inspect the Jigo campus on Tuesday. Now to your crime of the week. A thief is caught on camera targeting a Chalampago home. The homeowner hoping the community can help to stop the thief in his tracks. Not once, not twice, not even 3 times. Pago Bay Estates homeowner Jeremy Sutton says thieves have targeted his home nearly a handful of times since last October. The most recent incident caught on camera happening Tuesday morning in broad daylight.
Specifically yesterday, while I was at work, my camera went off, alerting me that somebody was inside my garage.
Surveillance footage capturing the moment a barefoot burglar takes off with a toolbox from his garage. A toolbox added to a growing list of more than $7,000 worth of items stolen in the past 4 months. But for Sutton, it's not about the stolen items.
It's not the stuff, it's the fact that they're coming here, that my secure area or my sanctity of my residence is being violated by these people, and that being at work, there's nothing I could do if in the instance that they were to enter the house or something.
Sutton witnessing Tuesday's theft through his security camera while he was at work. Even more frightening, his wife at home and alone.
There was a small delay in the camera, so as soon as I saw that, I'm calling my wife, tell her, like, don't open the door, don't do anything. But it looks like he just, like I said, petty theft, so I don't think his intent was to get into the house.
Still, the string of petty thefts leaving him frustrated with no arrests by the Guam Police Department.
Unfortunately, specifically talking about the amount of petty theft that goes on around here, they weren't able to really do too much. They were going to call it, I think it was a suspended investigation until they can get further information. They had said that on both of the times they've been out here.
Instead, he finds comfort through the community support, many sharing the video on social media. He's also grateful to Ordal Chalanpago Mayor Jesse Gogui, who was among the first to reach out.
He's reaching out, and the community itself has actually been great in posting this video on Facebook and other social medias, circulating it, hopefully to try to capture or at least prevent or stop future iterations of this.
Mayor Gogui also reminds residents to remain vigilant.
We have about 13 neighborhood watch groups, but that still doesn't cover the entire village. And so, if you want to start up a neighborhood watch group, reach out to us and we will do what we can to not only take notice of what's happening in your area, but share it with the other neighborhood watch groups in the community.
If you recognize this thief, you are asked to call Guam Police or report it to Guam Crime Stoppers. There's new hope for people suffering from debilitating back pain. New technology now available on Guam called spinal cord stimulation. It only requires simple implant surgery, and not long after, patients can literally walk away pain-free. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Spinal cord stimulation is not a new treatment, but it is new to Guam. Guam Radiology Clinic CEO Dr. Nathaniel Berg, a back pain patient himself, has been trying to bring it here for years.
It took really me getting Dr. Jaffe, who had extreme experience in this, to come out and start the program because it's an incredibly complex program, and he'll describe it.
Dr. Todd Jaffe has been involved in spinal cord stimulator implants for 30 years. The device sends low levels of electricity directly into the spinal cord to relieve pain. The implant surgery takes only about 45 minutes to do.
The implant is basically just 2 wires with 8 electrodes on it. The concept is by putting this system, which includes 2 wires that go in the spine, and create a way of blocking the pain from going to the brain. We are able to prevent people from needing further surgery. It works for people who even are not surgical candidates, or those who may be surgical candidates but can't have surgery for one reason or another.
The main reason we brought it out were people like Judy Castillo, who had back surgery, had tremendous amounts of back pain for years and years. And she was actually, going back nearly 10 years ago, was my first patient that I said, she definitely needs this technology. But you can't exactly do it by going off island, getting it in, and not having somebody here who knows the technology.
And Judy says her life has changed dramatically since getting the implant.
I'm sorry, I get a little emotional because back pain is something that it's just, I don't know what it's like until now, what it is not to have pain. The pain was excruciating, from headaches to body, and anyone touched my leg, I would scream.
Her pain has subsided to the point where she needs no more painkillers. Now she's just trying to get used to having no pain and being able to move her legs again in ways she hasn't been able to do in a very long time. Nestor Lecanto, KUAM News.
Thanks, Nestor. And now imagine a device that can help treat depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and smoking addiction, to name a few. The Total Guam Foundation, in line with their Mind Care project, which launches in the coming months, recently obtained Guam's first transcranial magnetic stimulation device. Jonah Gincharfres has more.
Noting the mental and behavioral health challenges on island, the nonprofit organization KUAM Foundation sought out-of-the-box strategies and action. Lena Calvo-Rodriguez, president of the KUAM Foundation.
Through our mental health program, we have seen the need for innovative therapy, and so we've really done our research, trying to bring the best to our island. Being able to have this machine in our center is really something that we're excited about.
The Brains Way Deep TMS device was made possible through a USDA grant and is widely used in several stateside hospitals and outpatient centers to treat depression with anxiety, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and even smoking addiction.
Through the Governor's Education Stabilization Program, we were afforded a grant that helped us execute our CARES program into the public school system, right? And so with that, we were able to really see the need in this area.
TMS is accepted by the U.S. Veterans Affairs, Medicare, and National Health Maintenance Organizations, and is a treatment technique that uses a magnetic field to influence brain activity. It's non-invasive and can help when other treatments are not effective.
It really is just another tool in the toolbox of our providers to help address the mental health issues.
Along with putting the necessary protocols in place, throughout the week the manufacturer, mental specialists, and advisors have been training the TGF staff so that they can be certified TMS technicians. For more information on the device, you can follow KUAM Foundation on Instagram at totoguam.foundation. You can also give them a call at 671-649-TOTU. Jonagan Charfis, KUAM News.
Thanks, Joan. Well, a disaster plan is crucial for you and your family, but have you ever given more thought to a preparedness plan for your job, your work, family? If it hasn't crossed your mind, training with the offices of Guam Homeland Security and Civil Defense in collaboration with FEMA is inviting people like you. Destiny Cruz reports.
Ever thought about how many people rely on what you do at your 9 to 5? What about how essential your job-operation may be if disaster strikes? Denise Krosniak, a continuity specialist for FEMA, is on island helping others find the answers to those questions. She's working with the Guam Homeland Security Office of Civil Defense to train organizations about the importance of a continuity plan.
Continuity is the continuation or the concept of being able to do your job or your functions no matter what kind of emergency can happen. So if you think about anything from like a power outage to here you could have a typhoon and still being able to get those essential functions out, still being able to run your government, still being able to run your businesses. Every organization has certain things that they do that they have to continue no matter what the bad day is.
Krosniak says step 1 begins with assessing any threats or hazards to your work's function, mainly natural, man-made, and technological hazards. Step 2, compare potential threats to your operations. And thirdly,
making sure that you have ideas of where to evacuate to if you need to evacuate. And when it comes to communications, do you have a communications plan?
Though Krosniak emphasizes continuity begins at the personal level before elevating to an organizational level, she stresses collective preparedness is crucial to the overarching function of a community.
Let's take a pizza parlor. A pizza parlor was not a life or death situation if something were to shut them down. However, first responders to an event, if that pizza parlor is still able to operate, they can feed first responders, which can assist the rest of our community. So that one little difference, that one organization, that mom and pop's shop, is important to the overall community. And we're all in it together.
Denise invites you to be that difference when it comes to preparedness by starting your plan. For more information on where to begin, visit we.gov. Destiny Cruz, KUAM News.
Thanks, Destiny. A Tinian native making her mark as a Harvard student in Massachusetts, earning her spot in the top 15 of the state's Miss Teen USA pageant, and being named the People's Choice. Regional correspondent Tomas Manglona sits down with Isa Long.
This year's People's Choice for teen is Cambridge. Isa Long. Yeah!
Tinian native Issa Long cheered on by her family and friends at Miss Teen Massachusetts USA, the Harvard pre-med student placing in the top 15.
I just wanted to represent more than myself. I wanted to represent where I was from, wanted to put the islands on the map.
Long climbing to the top against 39 other contestants in the weekend-long competition, winning the People's Choice Award after receiving the most online votes and after raising close to $8,000 for the Best Buddies program, which assists those with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
I was just very grateful for the amount of people who were supporting me and sharing the link. And I had so many friends and family from back home, from Cali, from everywhere, honestly, that just wanted to see me succeed in the pageant.
And it was her first pageant, though Long has competed in bodybuilding competitions before.
Initially, I was really hesitant. I was nervous. I was shy. I never did a pageant before. And then all my community or the people from back home, my friends and family were just just go for it.
She continues to push her limits at Harvard, with home always on her mind.
But I definitely want to keep representing my roots in everything that I do.
Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News, Saipan.
Thanks, Tomas, for that story. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Keep it here. You're watching Weekend Edition.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
For your safety and convenience, please listen to this important message. Lower monthly bills in Guam's energy future are coming. The construction of the Ukadu power plant will begin soon, requiring heavy haul components to be transported from the Port Authority to Ukadu. Expect traffic delays as the transport convoy will be traveling on Marine Corps Drive at 1 mile per hour for 12 hours. Please drive carefully. Log on to poweronthemove.org for more information. Doosan Ukadu Power and Doosan Enerbility, thank you for your patience.
Reflections has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
Welcome back. We dive into our archives for this week's Culture Club.
Hi, my name is Antoinette Castro, aka Nettie C. I am a rapper, foodie, and part-time comedian. I started by doing covers on YouTube of Cardi B's song, Wish Wish and Press. And then I was encouraged to write my own song, and it kind of just went from there. And I got into TikTok because of I wanted to put my songs out there, but no one was really listening to them. So I started doing mukbangs and eating shows, trying to do comedic videos, and they were kind of hitting. They just weren't really hitting. And so I ended up somebody encouraged me hey, why don't you just do recipes, show yourself cooking? And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. And I posted I posted one with me cooking, and it kind of just went viral, and I was like, whoa, okay. Then I started adding my songs into there, into the cooking videos, because if you're not gonna listen to my song, I might as well spoon feed it to you. So when it comes to like rapping, I need to be very inspired. Something I have to be going through something. Is most of the times that I write raps or any kind of music, I feel very emotional. Or I'm just going through a lot in my life, and I can't just sit down and write. It just doesn't work like that. I have to be really inspired by something, someone, you know, anything. But when it comes to my to cooking, like the videos that I post in terms of recipes, I'd like to go off of what I want to eat that day. And then sometimes, like, you know, if I don't know what I want to eat, and most of the times it kind of happens, right? I just go back to what what other people have asked me. Like, I look at my comments or messages, like when people are like, hey, can you make this? Can you make this? And, you know, sometimes I go through that. But most of the time, though, it's because I want to eat it, or because I'm planning to bring it, like, to share with my family or something. Practice. I mean, nobody's just an automatic great cook, or, you know, I mess up a lot. Sometimes it's not good to me, you know, what I cook sometimes, and it's just practice, learning, asking questions. If I don't know how to make something, I call my aunties. If I know how to make something and I'm still unsure, you know, I'm like, hey, so this is what I'm gonna do, right? Is it correct? You know, I ask questions. It's nothing wrong with asking questions. In terms of music, you just gotta start. You know, you can have so much talent, but if you're not doing anything with that talent, it's useless. I think we're trying. We're really trying, and I don't want to knock anyone out for trying. I know for a lot of, like, you know, especially my generation, when we speak our language, we often get ridiculed for it. Because, you know, we sound too American, right? And what's the term for it? They say we're Amerikanan poasu. Yeah, and for me, it's very derogatory, because nobody wants to be called that. And which is why it's hard for me to speak Chamorro, even though I know how to speak it, I understand the language, but I'm scared to fluently speak it, because, you know, there's lots of people who are going to criticize me, like, that's not how you say it. Why are you saying like that? You sound so American, you know, like, hey, simply because we are Americans, you know, we're so immersed into a different culture and a different language that we have no choice but to make it, you know, kind of like one almost. But I think it's very important, and as long as we try. JJ Conception, I was in a workshop with JJ Conception, and he actually says that when he's dropping his kids to school, they only listen to Chamorro music. Anytime they're in the car, that is the only kind of music you're allowed to listen to. Which at first I was like, wow, why only that, you know? But I get it. My grandpa used to do it all the time. I used to hate when I missed the bus and he had no choice but to drop me to school, and the songs that were playing were just straight up Chamorro songs, and it was so loud. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, and I used to be embarrassed of it, because, you know, like, it wasn't like a trendy thing in school, right? And now I just wish that I really paid attention. And like JJ Conception said, just, you know, start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. Like, so now I try to practice that when I'm driving to and from work. There are days where I just straight up listen to Chamorro music. That's it. Half a day, Zantiro. My name is Nettie C, and I am proud to be a part of KUAM's Culture Club.
Sports is coming up in a moment. This is Weekend Edition.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
New year, new you, new adventures. How about a new Jeep to go along with it? It is the Start Something New sales event happening now at Cars Plus. Experience a new level of freedom and adventure in the new Jeep Gladiator. Or how about the all-new legendary Jeep Grand Cherokee L? The most awarded SUV ever now features a fresh interior design and 3 rows of seating. Call us at 671-477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to get pre-approved online today.
All right, everybody, welcome to your weekend sports report. I'm Jason Salas. Now, if you know anything about me, 3 things, right? I really, really love sports. I'm really into the concept of team. There's no I in team, but there is an M-E. And the other thing, I'm really bad at keeping secrets, right? So I have been literally can't wait to share with you the new information that we have about reporting sports. And we have our own team right now. We are joining with, on the KUM couch, the boys from Clutch Guam. I am a huge fan of these guys. I've known Dom Sablon. I've known him long enough when he didn't have a beard, right? But the guys at Clutch, we got Dom, we got Zay, and we got Colin over here, and we are partnering with them, and they are going to help us tell stories about Guam's sports community. And guys, thank you so much for doing this partnership with us. We are really, really looking forward to seeing what you guys turn out.
Thanks for having us, Jace. It's been a long time coming, and we're excited for the future of Guam sports and this partnership for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, Zay, there's so many people on Guam that love sports, and sports is such a part of our culture and everything like that. But it means so much more to us who, you know, we've gone to sports games. You do it on your leisure time as well as professionally, and we play sports. So what does this mean to you?
It means a lot to us collectively, starting from where we're at to where we're at now. I think we come a long way, and then just giving athletes a platform to showcase their skills.
Absolutely. Yeah. And everybody, like, some people just think like telling sports is like so easy, but I mean, it's, you know, it's the athletes, it's the coaches, it's the venues, it's the historical context of what it means. It's, you know, it's a bunch of things. So Colin, how do you enjoy like covering sports when you go out and you see the crowd's really into it and, you know, there's that big pivotal moment?
You know, that's kind of the reason like I keep going back to filming and stuff. Like that's what keeps me loving what I do, you know what I'm saying? Or what we do. Those pivotal moments, those big championship games, you know, us giving the athletes a platform to go back and watch those moments, those special moments, it really gets us excited.
All right. Now, Dom, you started this thing years and years ago. You came up with the vision, the idea of how you wanted to document and chronicle like Guam sports history, and, you know, coming from athletics and everything like that, you've now, as Colin just said, you've given the athletic community on Guam a platform, and that's a wonderful thing, because that's something that not all of us had when we were younger.
Oh, 100%. But I want to, you know, shout out these 2 gentlemen right here. I mean, they've been with me since day one, and we've shared this vision together. And, you know, these guys really have that younger vision and the direction that I needed. So I just wanted to point that out, that without these 2, none of this would have been possible. But
teamwork makes a dream work.
Yeah, for sure. But back to your question, I mean, yeah, this vision started 3 years ago, and for us, it was just for the love of basketball initially when we started, and you know, over the years we've gotten the opportunity to meet different sports communities around the island, and you know, kind of fell in love with storytelling and just being around the different subcultures of sports around the island. So we've been blessed, and we're excited for what the future holds.
How do you guys divvy up all the different responsibilities? Because, you know, you guys shoot, you guys edit, you guys post produce, you guys write, you guys upload to social media and everything like that. How do you figure out who does what, or is it everybody does everything? Who's first man up?
I mean, you know, we've gotten a lot better over the last couple of years in terms of organizing what we want to do, but these 2 are primarily our filmers and editors, and I'm kind of just the guy that, you know, comes up with the newer content ideas. So it's a really good team that we have. We mesh really well together, and you know, we bounce ideas back and forth all day long, and we go out and execute. So,
well, let's see, Zay, one thing that I really appreciate about you guys is you guys really cornered the market on like the local sports documentary, and you tell the story the way that, like, as a former athlete, I would like that to be told. I mean, I feel as if I was there and I was like, okay, that guy gets it and everything. Now that you've got some years of experience under your belt, what's your style, or how do you approach, you know, like a certain scene or a scenario when it comes to sports?
I think just watching a lot of like sports documentaries inspires us. So we just try to take that more so like stateside, just bring it back to Guam and just give it like a new school flavor. So
there you go. Okay, Colin, this is the tricky question for you, right? What are some of like the horror stories of shooting sports on Guam? Because as long as I've been doing this, you can go outside and you can be in the middle, like, oh man, it's a great day, great conditions for a soccer game, and then all of a sudden it starts raining.
Yeah, just probably the bad weather, of course, and some of the longer, more non-competitive games that kind of get a little bit boring. But
those quadruple overtime ones can be, it's like, dude, my battery's at 7% now.
No, those ones are exciting, the overtimes, but the blowouts. But at the end of the day, we love all sports. So
well, guys, what types of stories are we going to be able to share? And now that like we're going to be working together, what kind of stories do you look forward to, or maybe some sporting events that you haven't been able to shoot before?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always fun for us when we're able to tell a well-rounded story and kind of backtrack. For example, we did a rugby documentary a couple years ago, and we got to really dive into the history of the sport. So those are definitely the type of stories that we want to do in the future. And then, of course, diving into the minds of athletes, right? What gets them to tick? What does it take to get to a certain level? So we'll definitely be doing more of those, and those are the ones that we really enjoy doing most.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about your guys, the way you shoot, the way you edit, the way you light. You guys get an old guy like me hyped to play again and everything, and then my back tells me it's like, no, remember why I made you stop in the first place. But no, we are super excited to join forces. KUAM and Clutch, it's a beautiful marriage and everything. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can check it out. KUAM News Primetime right here on Weekend Edition and all over social media. We are going to be featuring these guys and their amazing work, capturing the true essence of sports on Guam. So Dom, Zay, Colin, thank you, man. We look forward to working with you guys.
Thanks, Chase.
All right, please stay tuned. There's more coming up.
I can't make that amount work right now.
Mom,
what is it?
Can I get new basketball shoes?
We'll see.
Can I please have $20 for my field trip?
I don't know. Can I go to my friend's house after school?
Anak, hindi pwede.
We're all trying our best to make ends meet. The governor's child care programs are helping businesses and working families care for Guam's kids. This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Visit guamchildcare.com to apply today.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for count on us for life.
Now time for your weekend birthdays from our Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shoutout submitted on KUAM.com.
On Saturday, we got a pair of extra special members of our community because it's their birthday. So February 4th, happy birthday wishes to Ava Rose Bernardo Cruz, who celebrates birthday number 4 on Saturday. We miss you, says your Cruz family. And John Ugankinata, happy birthday to John, the coolest guy in town. We wish you continuous blessings for many more years to come, and we love you, say Trisha, Benny, Jaron, Noah, Caden, Isaiah, Odin, and KJ.
And that's going to do it for us here on Weekend Edition. For more news, go to KUAM.com or follow us at KUAM News. I'm Matsuki Hirayama. Have a